Hey there, it's Trisha here. So today I'm going to talk to you about some of my top hobbies that I've been able to dig a little deeper into and explore during early retirement. So because I have so much time on my hands, I have had a lot of interest in looking into things that I have always wanted to, but could never really fit them in. So here are some of the things that I've found to spend my time on that I have really enjoyed. So if you're interested in finding out new hobbies or looking into different things to do, hopefully some on this list will be something that triggers your fancy for wanting to find out more information about. I don't know about you, but I am a coffee lover. And this goes way back. Initially, I didn't really like coffee. In college, I worked for a friend of mine that had one of those. He converted a photo hut into a drive-through coffee before Starbucks was even around. And so I would wake up at the crack of dawn and go over to his place, and it fit really one person inside there. I don't know if you remember how small they were, but I would have to get everything arranged, and I actually didn't even have running water. I'd have to have a tank of water, and so whatever I used, I actually had to, if I washed dishes, I had to make sure I emptied out the bin in the bottom. So you had to be very efficient in the way you operated. Anyway, I did that for several months, and I honestly could not stand the smell of coffee after doing that. It took me probably a good 6 months to a year before I could actually go back to drinking coffee, because I would come home and my hair would reek of it, my clothes would reek of it. It was just too small of an area. So anyway, but after I recovered from that, I got back into my love. And, as the world's changed and coffee has, become more of a specialty kind of thing, I've really gotten into it. And so one of my hobbies lately has been to be my own barista. And so trying new concoctions and trying new beans. So that was my retirement gift to myself, was a new espresso machine. And my sister-in-law gave me like 5 bags of different Costa Rican coffee for my retirement. So I'm slowly working my way through those, and just finding out what I like and how to get the extraction, how I like it. And so anyway, that's been one of the wonderful hobbies that I've been able to spend a lot of time researching and, in my opinion, perfecting for myself. And I love it. And so no longer am I going out to get my $5, $7 coffees. Instead, I just brew my own. Another hobby that I have just been dreaming about ever since I was young is travel. I love traveling and going different places and seeing new cultures and eating new foods. And so for me, traveling is right there on the top of my list of hobbies. And this year I'm going to Japan, Mexico, Greece. I think that's probably the big trips that I have planned so far. So I am totally looking into my travel era and being able to, do it on a budget too. So that is a hobby that I am going to indulge in the next 10 years. Another hobby that I have recently gotten into, I've always wanted to do it, but never really felt confident in doing it, is gardening. And so I will put some of the pictures of my seeds that I started, and they actually took off really well. I had them in a little dollar. I went to the Dollar Tree, got some like muffin containers that had like little lids that went over them. And so I started them by seed, and they've now grown into where I need to put them in the actual planter. I have now put them in a planter, and they're surviving. So I am super happy about that. I have spinach, lettuce, kale, beets, broccoli. So hopefully in the next month or so I'll be able to eat some of the produce that I've grown. That would be amazing. Another hobby that I have been always wanting to do, but it's just time consuming, and I never really wanted to spend the time to do it, but that's juicing. Juicing is so good for you to have vegetables, fruits that you can cut up and make your own juice and be able to have that daily, and it's not full of any additives. It's strictly just the juice. And if you buy good produce and organic produce, then you're not getting all of the bad chemicals into your juice. So I've decided that every week I'm going to buy all the things that I need. And so for this one, it was lemons, oranges, apples, and what else did I put in it? Oh, ginger, turmeric, and carrots, and blended it all up, and it's delicious. So, juicing is another thing that I have always wanted to do, but I never really had the time to do it or the desire to set aside the time to do it. So, now that I have the time, might as well, and I'm enjoying it, and it's coming out delicious. So, hopefully that will help with my joints and fighting off any sicknesses and just overall being healthy for me. Another hobby that I enjoy, and I've done it before, but just recently kind of got back into it, and that's creating my own soap and my own, they're like little cubes that have um, almond oil and an essential oil, and you put them as a waxing melt on top of a little, I don't know, a little decoration that has a light bulb in it that warms it. And so instead of lighting a candle or doing an incense, I'm essentially warming up an essential oil to have in my house. And the look is very pretty and the smell is even better. And I was trying to copy one of the scents that I have in one of the candles that I love, but haven't been successful in that yet. So, but today I am going to be trying to make a matcha soap, and it's starting as the base with goat milk. I don't know if you've ever done it. I've done it before, but I've never actually made the soap. It's the base, the soap itself, because that requires you to use a chemical. I think it's called lye or something like that, but no real desire to do that. So I just bought the actual base online, and then I add whatever concoction I want to make the soap that I want. So I'll share a couple of pictures with you of the outcome of that, and also whatever the ingredients are to make that soap. But it's a matcha soap, and that's another thing that I've been really getting into is matcha. So I am so looking forward to going to Japan and bringing back a suitcase full of matcha and probably coffee too, coffee beans. So yeah, that is another hobby that, and these are not costly hobbies. I mean, I spent $30 on the soap, and the soap's going to make like 200 bars. So it's not a big investment, and it's something that I would have bought anyway, soap. So I just find it being able to buy what you want and to make your own concoction, is to me something I've always wanted to do. One that I think you probably already know that I'm into is exercising. I love my exercising and being able to kind of start out my day with, a schedule that brings me fulfillment. And so that's still part of, what I consider a hobby because I enjoy it and it's good for me and it doesn't cost any money. So for me, my hobby of exercising and walking, I walk every single day, not every day, but most of the days. And I try to take my dog out for a walk, and she loves it. And I just found out she's the same age as I am. She's a year younger. She's 56 in human years. So we both, need the exercise, and we both enjoy it. So that also is a hobby, or something I consider a hobby. I would love to do more hiking, but I've yet to really reach out and find a hiking program or hiking group. That's probably next because my husband's not a big hiker, and so since I love doing stuff like that, I probably will have to join a group like-minded people that enjoy it as well. But in the meantime, walking has fulfilled me as well as, my other exercise activities. And then another hobby that I love and find very fulfilling is online learning. Going to different sites or even on YouTube and watching a video and then trying to emulate what they're doing on my machine. So I enjoy learning new tricks, new things to do. I mean, this whole YouTube has been a new thing. I've never done it. And obviously, I'm not a master in it or anything. And I don't have, any huge following or anybody, that I know that's famous from doing it. But for me, it's enjoyment. It's enjoyment in sharing my journey and also hopefully helping out others, in their journey. So I would say online learning is also something that I really enjoy. So, the last hobby that I wanted to share with you is learning more about your community or where you live. More staycations to really try to understand and really be in touch with the local area that you live in. So that could be, going to the museums of your area or, um, I don't know, any of the events that they have in your area, really just being involved in your area. And like I've mentioned before, I volunteer and I serve my community by being available to help my seniors in my area with technical needs. And so, really, just enriching yourself by learning more about your community and giving back to your community. So, that's also a hobby for me that I really get fulfilled by. And, I feel like it's my way of giving back to the community. So, those are my hobbies that I enjoy doing. Hopefully, it's kind of inspired you to find some of your own hobbies in those areas if you haven't thought about them already. But, early retirement doesn't have to be boring. You don't have to sit in front of the TV all day long every day. If that's what you choose to do, then great. But a lot of people that I find that say I'm bored, it's because they're not really trying to learn anything new, do anything different. And I think that's how you make it fulfilling is to check off all of those bucket list items that you never had a chance to do when you were working. Now's your time. Now's the opportunity. Go for it. Do it. Um, it's all what you make of it. That's how I look at it. So I plan on making mine the best possible, especially since you don't know how much time you're going to have on this earth and you do not know when your body's going to go out. So do all the things that you can do while you can. So that's that's my philosophy. Anyway, if anybody needs any support in looking at their numbers and thinking about all the different things you need to think about before retiring, there's going to be a link below in my comment section in the description section where you can set up a meeting with me. I would love to talk to you and help you reach your goals, and you know, we'll all enjoy what remaining life we have left. So, thanks again for watching, and we'll talk soon. Bye.